moved out. For weeks, I stayed at a friend's house, trying to understand how my life had crumbled so fast. My mother tried to call me, but I ignored her. I ignored Emeka too. I couldn't face them. Then, one evening, she showed up. Her face was tired, her eyes swollen from crying. "Chidima, please, I am sorry," she whispered. "I made a terrible mistake. I was weak. I should never have done this to you." I just stared at her. I didn't know what to say. "I left him," she continued. "I ended everything. It was never real, Chidima. I was just desperate for love. But I will never forgive myself if I lose you." For the first time, I saw her not as my mother, but as a woman who had suffered, a woman who had made a terrible mistake, but still, my mother. I broke down in tears, and she hugged me tightly. Later, Emeka came. He looked like a man who had lost everything. "I was stupid," he admitted. "I don't know what came over me. I love you, Chidima. I never stopped loving you. I will do anything to make this right." It took time, but I forgave him. My mother begged me to go back to him, saying he truly regretted everything. Slowly, we rebuilt our marriage, and with time, happiness returned. My mother returned to her life of loneliness, burying herself in her small business. She no longer visited often. I knew she was ashamed, and I knew she was hurting. But life had its own plans. One day, she met a man, Mr. Ifoni. He was 45, a kind, gentle businessman who had been searching for a mature woman to marry. He knew everything about her past, but that only made him love her more. He courted her with patience, with respect, with a love so pure that she couldn't resist. For the first time in her life, she experienced real love, the kind that didn't come from desperation, the kind that healed rather than destroyed. They got married, and it was a perfect match. She was finally happy, truly happy. Watching her walk down the aisle, smiling like a young bride, I realized something. Sometimes, we make the worst mistakes in the name of love. But love can also heal. And in the end, we all deserve a second chance.